Hello friends, myself Ravi. Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we will learn everything about HTML. So HTML is widely used to develop the web application. It provides the structure for the web application. If you go on internet and you see every website without HTML, it is not possible to develop the website. So without getting late, let's dive into the tutorial. So first, we will take an introductory look on the HTML. What is HTML, why it is widely used, and things like that. So let's get started. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So HTML is not a programming language, first of all, it's an markup language. Okay. HTML is the standard markup language for creating web pages. So in order to create web page, we use HTML. Okay. HTML describes the structure of web page. What does a structure of web page means? So suppose your body is made up of a skeleton and the muscles, right? So a skeleton is the HTML for a web page, and on the top of a skeleton all the muscles are the CSS thing. Okay, so I hope you understand what does a structure of web page means. So in order to develop the web pages, we need HTML. HTML consists of series of elements. So whatever you see on the UI, all the elements like paragraph, text, images, links, all are HTML elements. Okay. So HTML provides you a series of elements. HTML elements tells the browser how to display the content. Okay. So we write HTML element using something called tags, which we will see in the next upcoming videos. So those elements tells the browser how we can display the content. Okay. So HTML elements label pieces of content such as this is heading, this is paragraph, this is link, etc. Right. So we can show these things using HTML elements. So that's all about the introduction of HTML. So in this tutorial, we will see everything that we need to know about the HTML from start to the advance. You will see all the basic tags and everything, forms, lists, tables, and how to add images, links, videos. So these things we will see in this tutorial, and I hope after this tutorial you will know everything that you need to know about HTML to develop the web application. HTML makes it easier to develop the web application. So developing the web application is not as difficult as it is said. After completing this tutorial, you will be able to develop the web application using HTML. There are a couple of options available in order to choose the right text editor. We have the text editors like Atom, Sublime Text. We have also VS Code. We can use Notepad. So these are the options available, and it's totally depend on you which of one text editor you like and you can use it. There is nothing hard and fast rule to choose the right text editor. But if you are a complete beginner, if you are writing HTML for the first time, I will suggest you to use Notepad, because while using Notepad you need to write each and every syntax by yourself, and in that way you will learn the HTML in a better way. So you can use Notepad in the Windows PC, you can use TextEdit in the Mac. So it's all on your choice if you are complete. beginner. But if you have some basic idea about HTML, so you can start writing HTML on the VS Code. Uh, for the upcoming videos, I will work with the VS Code only, but I will also show you how you can use Notepad to write the HTML codes. So first I will show you how you can write your HTML code into the Notepad. Let's open Notepad. Let's first save this as demo app. Okay, and name it as demo app dot. The extension for the HTML file is HTML. Okay, so suppose if you have an image, you name it as some image dot jpg if it is jpg formatted image. If it is png formatted image, you name it image dot png. Similarly, if you have a file, it has also extension. If it is a simple text file, it is name dot text. If it is excel file, you name it name dot excels, right? So similarly, if you are working with the HTML file, you need to name this as demo app.html. So let's click on save. Now let me type one tag. Don't worry about the tag right now. What is tag and how we write it? I'm just showing you the demo how you can do setup for the notepad. Okay, so if you're a complete beginner, you can use notepad. And write open and close HTML tag, write welcome text, save it. Now let's go to our file explorer, C drive, users, scroll down. You can see demo app here, right? Click on it. So it has opened in Chrome, and you can see the welcome content here, right? So in this way you can use your notepad to write the HTML. Okay, first of all we will install the VS Code, and then we will try to create HTML file into the VS Code editor. Let's open the Chrome, type download VS Code, click on it. You will see the first link, which is https code.visualstudio.com. Click on it. This is the official Visual Studio Code download page. If you are Windows user, you can see here we have this Windows installer, and my system is 64-bit. So I will click on this 64-bit installer. It will start to install the VS Code package into my system. If you see here, the download has started. I have already downloaded and installed it, so I will cancel it. For you, let it download and then double click on it and then install the VS Code for you. Okay, once this code editor is installed, let's open the VS Code. If you see here, we have this file, edit, selection, view, go, run, terminal, help tabs on the top. And here we have this explorer, search, run and debug. Then we have extensions, so we can add extensions from here. If you click on this file tab, you can see we can create a new file, we can open a new window, we can also open already created file into the VS Code. We can also open the folder that is already created in this VS Code. You can also enable the auto save. So whatever changes that you will do into your HTML file, it will automatically save the changes for you. You don't need to always save the changes you are making into your HTML file. And in the preferences, you have this color theme, right? If you click on it, you get all these color options for your code editor. If I click on, suppose, this solarized light, you can see the color of this code editor has changed. So you can change the color of code editor according to your preferences. I will go back to my previous color theme. You can choose your own. Now let's create one file. Click on file, click on new file. Now let's try to save this file. Name it demo app and name the extension as HTML. So if you are working with the HTML file, you need to put the extension formatting as HTML dot HTML. Okay, and this is plain text, so select HTML from it, click on save. Now here we will start writing the tags. What is tag? So basically tag is a way to write the elements in HTML. So we have opening and closing tag, okay, and whatever we write into that tag, it defines what kind of element it is. So suppose we will give this symbol to open the tag. So suppose I am writing one HTML tag, so this is the closing tag, okay, and if I put enter, so you can see this is the closing tag, sorry, this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag, and whatever things or content we need to write, we will write inside this tag only. Write welcome to, right click. Now let's go to our file explorer, and if you see we have this demo app created here. Double click on it, you can see this text, right? Welcome to, right click, and if you see this URL, this is the path of this HTML file that we had created. Okay, so you can copy the path of that HTML file and you can paste it here, or you can go to the file and click on it. It will open into the Chrome and you can see this text here, right? So this is how you can create a file into your VS Code and start writing the HTML code into it. Now in the next tutorial, I will talk about the basic tags and elements that we can use to write the HTML. Let's create one file and save it and name it as index.html. I'm naming it as index.html. You can name it anything you want. I have named it as index.html because uh, we use this index.html name. It is conventional to use this name where the application starts, but you can use your own name, right? So I will close this demo app and now I will work with this index.html only. Now first of all, we need to understand that we are creating an HTML document, right? So in order to show that, we will type capital D doc type, and then we will name it as HTML. Okay, so this will tell that this document is of HTML type. Okay, now first of all we will see what is tag and how we write the tag. So basically tag is a syntactical way to show an element in HTML. Okay, so element is like anything like button, link, paragraph, images. These all are the HTML elements, and we show those by writing some syntax, and those syntax are called tags in HTML. How we write the tags? So in order to write the tags, first we will give the less than symbol. Inside that, let's say I will write the HTML. So this is the HTML tag. Okay, now give the greater than symbol, and you can see here this is the opening tag. So with the less than and greater than symbol, this is the opening HTML tag. Okay, and if you are writing a closing tag, this is called closing tag. So closing tag is less than and greater than symbol, and then you need to put the slash. Okay, so this is how we write the tag. So this complete thing is the tag, and this one is the opening tag, this one is the closing tag. So for every element that we write in the HTML, we will use this tag, and inside this tag whatever content that we want to show, we will write here. Okay, this HTML tag is also called container tag. Why it is called container tag? Because we will write every tags inside this HTML tags. Okay, basically this HTML tag consists of two tags. One is head tag. So similarly we will write the head tag also. Okay, and then we have body tag. Okay, now the head tag is the portion where we write all the heading related things like the title of application, all the links that we will attach to this HTML document, all the dependencies also we will write in the head. Okay, and this body tag, it is basically the place where we will write all the contents. So mostly we will work under this body tag only. Okay, now if you see, this HTML tag is the parent tag, right? And inside this parent tag we have two tags, which is the child tags. Okay, and if you see this head and body tag, these are the sibling tags. Okay, so this is how the hierarchy looks like. Okay, so right now if you see, we have only tags, and if you see the browser, it doesn't show any content. Right now let's type something into the body tag. Let's write welcome to right click. Okay, if you refresh this page, you can see we have this text written here, right? Now if you see here in the tab, its name is index.html. Okay, now we will write one more tag in the head section. Okay, so in the head section we will write one tag which is title tag. Okay, and I will do the opening and closing tag. Inside this we will write the name of application that we want. Okay, so let's write it as demo. Okay, now if I refresh this page, you can see the title of this HTML doc has been changed and it's demo now, right? So these are the basic things that you need to know in order to start writing the HTML tags. So as far we have seen, this is the HTML doc type, and then we have a container tag which is HTML tag. Inside this container tag we have head tag and body tag. Okay, in the head section we will write all the links, all uh, the title related things in the head section. Okay, and whatever the content of the HTML page we will write in the body section. Okay, and this body section we will in this body section we will write maximum of the code. Okay, we have seen how we can change the title of the doc by using this title tag. Also we have also seen how we need to write the tag. So basically tag is consist of two things, opening tag and closing tag, right? So opening tag is written as less than, then the name of tag, and then greater than symbol. And closing tag is written as less than and then slash, then the name of tag. Okay, so this is the basic idea that we have taken. Now in the next tutorial we will see what are the basic tags that is used in HTML. So that's it for this video. Let's take a look on the basic tags that is used in HTML. So before that, let me tell you one thing. So whatever starts with this opening tag and close with this closing tag and the content, so these all thing, opening tag, content and the closing tag, this is called element. Okay, and these with less than and greater than sign, and inside that this title, this is called tags, if you remember from the previous video. Okay, now let's see some basic tags that are used. First of all is the meta tags. So give the name as meta, and to write the meta tag you don't need to write the closing tag. So some of the tags you won't need to write the closing tags. Okay, so this is meta tag. Now we will assign something to this meta tag. So we will assign what kind of character set that we are going to use in this HTML document. For that we will write char set equals to, in double quotes, UTF-8. So this is the character set that we generally uses to write the HTML doc. Now if you see inside this meta tag we have written this char set, right? So this char set is called the property that is binded to this tag. Okay, so in this way you can bind any property to the tag. So suppose we have also one another different meta tag. So let's write that meta. Okay, and then we will write some properties into this meta tag. So how we write the property? We write the name of property here equals to, in double quotes we write the value of that property. Okay, so let's assign one property here. The name of that property is name. Okay, name equals to double quotes, so the property name is name, and you can write the value of this property, which is, let's say, description. Okay, we will also define one another property similarly, the name of property and then the value of property. So let's say the property name is content equals to double quotes. Inside that we will write, suppose this is right click. So this is the meta tag that we use inside this header tag. Okay, now other than these, let's take a look on the basic tags that we use. Let's remove this. So we will start with the heading tag. So basically heading tag is used to wrap up the words. So suppose we had this welcome to right click, right? Now if I want to show this word into different sizes, how we can show it? Let's see that. We can show it by using the header tags. Header tag is written as less than, then h for header, and we name it from 1 to 6 according to the different text sizes. So let's start with h1, and now we will make this closing tag. You can write anything inside this h1 tag. So let's write welcome to welcome to right click. Okay, now if I refresh the browser, you can see this text is shown like this. Similarly, if I write, let's copy this text, let's write h and then 2 tag, so header 2, and inside that let's put the similar text. If you refresh the browser, let's remove this. If you refresh the browser, you can see the h2 tag is shown here, but the font size has shrinked, right? Now let's also write h3 tag, similarly also then h4 tag. Okay, then write h5 tag, again give h6. So header tag is written from h1 to h6, right? You cannot write h7, so it will be from h1 to h6. Okay, now if I refresh the browser, you can see from h1 to h6, as we go down, the font has shrank, right? So it is getting smaller and smaller. So this is how you can implement the h1 tag. Now let's remove all these. Okay, let one h2 tag remain here. Okay, now in order to wrap block of text, we can use the paragraph tag. So for paragraph tag, let's write it less than then p and greater than symbol. So the opening tag and closing tag. Inside this, you can write anything that is in text. Suppose we write this is awesome website. Okay, if I refresh the page, you can see this text is in the paragraph form. Okay, so if I write something bigger text, if you see, that doesn't come in a screen, this is screen size. Okay, I've just pasted this 4 times. Now let's see. If I refresh it, you can see, right, it's automatically adjusted into a paragraph here, whatever you write. So this is how this p tag works. Okay, now let's remove all this. Okay, inside p tag, you can also use something like let's suppose we want to highlight one of the text here, right? This website. So we can use bold tag. So bold tag is opening B, okay, the closing B, and then let's put this website thing inside it. Okay, now if I refresh this, you can see this is the paragraph, and inside that this website is bold. Okay, we can similarly make this website italic also. We can use I tag, I opening and then closing I tag. Okay, and if I refresh this, you can see this website is italic. We can use both italic and bold tag together also. Now let's add B tag inside this, put this I tag. Okay, so if you see, we have this bolder closing and opening tag, we have this I opening and closing tag. Inside this we have put this website. Now the paragraph and then this website will be bolder and italic both. Now let's refresh it. You can see this website is italic and bolder, right? So you can apply both on the text also. Now you can see one thing. If we want to add some spaces or break into our website, how we can do that? So you may think, if I gave some enter, okay, we have given this much space, so in the website this space will be shown, right? Let me refresh it. So you can see, right, there is no space, nothing, three new line inserted between these two. So HTML doesn't work like this. Okay, and one more thing, if you see the order in which you give the tags, the same order is maintained here on the browser. So if I put this above, okay, and refresh it, you can see the order has changed, right? So this thing also you need to keep in mind. Now we can also use something to break the content. So suppose we have written these things, right? And now I am writing one more p tag, okay, and we will write this is paragraph. Okay, now what we want these two texts should be get separated with this text. Okay, so for that we can use something called break tag. So break tag is single tag. Why it is single tag? We don't have opening and closing, something like that. It has this br and then slash, and this is called this single tag. Okay, now if I put this anywhere, it will create a break between the component. So it will create a break between the contents. So if I refresh the browser, you can see some space has been added to this content, right? So it's gets separated. Now we can also use one tag that is called horizontal line. So in order to separate these two content, we can also draw one horizontal line and it will get separated, right? So for that we can add similar single tag, hr tag. Okay, so this is the horizontal line. Now if I refresh it, you can see one horizontal line added here, right? So this will add the break into the contents. So you can use it to separate the contents. Now the next tag, that is, we if now let's add one more paragraph. Okay, this is awesome website used for web development. Okay, now we want that this is up to this, the text should be little bit bigger in size, and after this, suppose this website used to, this text should be smaller in size. For that we can use big and small tags. So let's add that big opening tag. Okay, and then let's copy this. Now if I refresh this page, you can see this is in the bigger size, right? And let's put from here small. Okay, and let's put suppose this awesome website thing into this small tag. Okay, now if I refresh the page, you can see this is awesome website is in a smaller text, right? So this is one of the basic tags that you can use to manipulate the text content of your HTML document. Okay, now we have something called subscript and superscript in order to work with some mathematical uh, texts. So how that looks like, let's suppose we have one p tag and we write h2o, right? h2o, and if I refresh it, you can see this h2o is written like this, but we want this h and this 2 is little bit below the h, right? So for that we can use subscript. Okay, so for subscript you can write opening tag sub, then make the closing tag and put this h2o, control x. Now let's put h here, and 2 which will be little bit below the h, put it here, and o here. Now let's refresh the browser. You can see this is h2o, so h2o looks like as it should, right? We also have some mathematical terms, suppose this p tag. Okay, and we have 105, we want to show 10 to the power 5. Okay, so if I refresh it, you see it's 105, right? So it's not 10 to the power 5. So in order to do that, we can add one superscript. For that, opening sup, closing, and then let's cut this 5, put it under the superscript tag. Okay, so if you see here, we have put 10 and then this 5 is under the superscript tag. If I refresh it, you can see now it's 10 to the power 5, right? So these are the basic tags that are used in HTML. So HTML, it is these basic tags are used to manipulate the different texts that we want in our website. So we can manipulate the text sizes, styles, the way it is rendering on the UI. Okay, so these are the basic tags that we can use in HTML. So that's it for this video. So we have seen how we can use the basic tags in the HTML, right? Now we will see how we can comment the codes into the HTML file, and what is comment, and what are the uses of comment. So basically comment is used to document your coding, and also comment is used to comment the unwanted code that you don't want uh, to render on the screen. Okay, so let's see syntactically how comment works. So the tag for comment is less than symbol, then exclamation mark, give dash dash. So this is the comment sign. So this will act as the opening tag kind of thing, and this will act as the closing tag, and whatever you write between this will be commented. So suppose I am just trying to give some information about what the last tutorial was. So let's say this is basic tags, right? So this is how you can use the comment to document your coding. So now by saying this basic tag, you can know like, okay, whatever it is in the below is the basic tags, right? So the one use case is this. Another use case is you want to comment your some of the codes. Okay, so you can do in the start of the tag, give less than symbol, and then exclamation and dash dash. So now you can see, right, I haven't given this closing tag for the comment, right? But if you see, whatever things after this syntax has been commented, so these all are commented, but we don't want it, right? We want only this h2 tag to be commented. So for that you need to put a closing tag here. Now if you see, only this tag is commented. Okay, so if you want to comment all or everything below this tag, you can use only the opening tag that I had already shown you. And if you want to comment the particular tag, you can use the opening and closing tag before and end of that tag. So this is also one use case of using the comment. Now I want to comment from here to here. Okay, so what I will do, the opening tag is here. Now I will put the closing tag to here. So if you see, the code from here to here has been commented. Okay, so this is the way you can use your comments to document your coding, to comment the unused code, or to comment the codes that you don't want to reflect on the browser. If I refresh it, if you see, nothing is here, right? Because we have commented everything. So that's all about comment. Now we will try to implement some styling on this HTML tag. What does styling means? Styling means you want to give this structure of HTML a little bit good look and feel, so that it looks better on the UI. So that's why we add something called CSS, that is cascading style sheet. So in this video we will just take a basic look on how we can apply styling on these HTML tags. We won't go very deep into the CSS. For that we have a complete different course of HTML with CSS. But in this tutorial I will give you the basic idea of how you can apply styling on your tags. Okay, so in order to apply styling, you can type into this h2 tag style equals to, in double quotes, you need to give some property. Suppose if I want to give some color to this text, okay, so then you need to write color. Okay, color is the property, and then colon, you can give the value to this color. So suppose we want to color it as red, so I will give red, and if I refresh the browser, you can see, right, this text is in red color. Now I also want to add some background color to this text. Okay, so let's add that also. So give one semicolon and then add one more property that is called background color. Background color, give colon. So this is the property, and now we will assign the value to this property. So let's say background color as blue. Okay, and now if I refresh it, you can see the background color of this text has been changed, right? So this is how you can apply a styling on this h2 tag. Similarly, you can also style your paragraph. So let's type style equals to, suppose uh, let's change the font style. Okay, so let's type font style. Okay, and give it to italic. If I refresh the browser, you can see this paragraph is now italic, right? And if you want, you can add a background color and give it, suppose aqua. Okay, and if I refresh it, you can see, right, the background color of this paragraph has been changed. You can also provide the styling to the container tags. Okay, so you can also add style equals to, let's say, background color, and I want black. And if I refresh the browser, you can see the background color black has come on the body section, right? So complete page is now black. So that's how you can add styling to your container tag also. Okay, so in this way you can apply styling and colors to your HTML tags. That's it for styles and color. So let's start with formatting our HTML code. So if you see a lot of website or most of the website, you can see there are three sections in the website. On the top, we have navigation bar, where we have all the routes and navigation to the different pages and different things. We also have logos, we have the title of the website. So things like this we have on the navigation bar, right? In the middle section, we have the content of website, and if you see in the bottom section, you have a footer of website. Okay, so these are the three sections in which a website is divided. Okay, and HTML provides you a very pretty tags to define these three structures. People don't really know about it. They just try using all div tags, container tags, but it actually helps uh, to structure your page in a better way, and it also provides a good readability of your code. Okay, so let's see. So for the navigation top header, we have header tag. Okay, so let's create one header tag, and after this header tag, for the content section we have main tag. Okay, and for the footer we have footer tag. Okay, so whatever the navigation things related to the website, all the links, all the icons, titles, all will go into this header section. Okay, and all the contents, all the meat and bones of the website, that will go into this main section. And all the footers like some social media links related to the website, copyright things, those things are written in the footer section. So if you see this header section, HTML also provides you some tags to define the navigation things like logos, link. Okay, so for that we have something called nav tag. So you can use this nav tag and write here all the links and all the icons that you want. In this tutorial I am not actually showing you how you can design the nav tags or navigation bar. I'm just showing you how you can uh, structure your layout in a better way so that it will provide a good readability to your code. Okay, so suppose we are developing websites, so a lot of developers works on the website. So if you write a code which has the better readability, then it's easier for you to understand the website in the later phase, and also for the newcomers to uh, read your code. Okay, so that's how where it helps a lot. And it also helps to provide better search engine optimization to your website. So if a Google crawler goes through your website, it will see these tags, and it will know where the main content lies, right? So in the main tag, suppose if we are writing some content, then we can use article tag. Okay, and this article tag, so suppose we are writing some blog or post, right? So we can use this article tag, and inside this article tag we can have the blog post, and that post has also different sections, like it has introduction, it has the description, then it has the conclusion. So you can also divide it into different sections. So for that also HTML provides you tag called section, so you can create uh, different sections. So suppose this is the one section, this is the another section. So in this way you can create different sections into this article tag. So it goes pretty well with this article tag, this section tag. One more tag that HTML provides. So suppose if you see a lot of website, it provides you some ads or something that is not related to a website, but it is on the website, right? To like have the money for the website. So they add the AdSense ads in the side of the website, right? So for that also HTML provides you a tag which is called a site tag. So you can use it to give the content which is of no use in or related to the website. Okay, so these are the tags that you can include in the main content section. Okay, so this is how you can basically format your layout. You can create the header section, then you can create the main section, and then you can create the footer section. Okay, and inside that header also we have some nav tag which is used to design the navigation bar. And then we have in the main section, we have article and sections to define the article and different sections of article. We have footer section to deal with the footer area of your website. So this is how you can format your HTML coding and layout. That's it for formatting the code. Links are very important tag that are used in HTML. It is used to create links between the pages. It is also used to create links to some other pages. So let's see how we can implement it. So HTML provide you one tag that is called anchor tag. Okay, so this tag is used to create the links. Okay, and this tag has one property that is called href. Okay, href is the property where you define to what link this anchor tag will bring you. Okay, so let's name this suppose visit Google website. Okay, and now in the href we need to provide the exact path of the Google website, which is https // dot google.com. So you need to provide the actual path of the website. Okay, and then you will navigate to this website. You also need to keep in mind that you need to put this http or https before this URL. Okay, let's refresh it. So now you can see there is one visit Google website link, right? And if I click on it, you can see it is bringing us to the google.com website, right? But if you see one thing, we are not on our website. We cannot see now our website, right? If I click back, then I come to this web page. So if you want to stay on your web page and open a new tab, and then into that tab you want to open this link. So for that purpose, this anchor tag has one more property that is called target. Okay, and in the target you need to add underscore blank. Okay, so now let me refresh it. Now if you click on this link, it will open a new tab into that google.com. Okay, so that's one thing that anchor tag provides you. Okay, now this is the Google, we have linked the Google website to our web page, right? Now what we can do, we can also uh, navigate to some other files that are there into our uh, folders. Okay, so we create different web pages, right, into our website. So we can navigate from one page to another page using this link. How we can do that? So for that, let me show you my folder structure. So if you see my folder structure, I have here two files, index and index1. Okay, these two are HTML files which are in the same directory. Okay, and I have one more HTML file which is in this R directory. Okay, this is demo app. Now we will try to link all these. Okay, so let me remove this. Okay, so if two files are in same directory, so if two files are in same directory, you can only name the file in the href. So suppose we are on index.html page, and if you name it index.html, index1.html, okay. So now, and also change it to index1 page, okay. And if I refresh the browser, you can see this link, right? And now if I click on it, it will bring us to the index1 page. So if you see, we are on the index1 page. I had already created index1, and it has this content, welcome to index1, okay. So this is how you can link the file which is in the same directory to your index file, okay. Now if you have some files which is in another directory, like the demo app, okay, so then what you can do, you can copy the path of this file, okay, and put it here. Let's create one more anchor tag, and here give property href equals to, okay, give this path and change this to backslash, okay, and here give the name of your file. So suppose it is demo app dot html, okay. So now what I have done, I have linked this demo app html file to our index.html file, okay. So let me refresh this page. Let's also name it as demo app okay. Now refresh it, you can see this demo app link here, right? Now if I click on it, now you see it brings us to the demo app.html page. If you go to demo app.html, I have already added one anchor tag here. Now in this anchor tag, what I have done, I have navigated back to the HTML page. So I have given the link of this HTML index.html. So here I have given the link to this index.html file. So if I click on this index.html file, it will bring us back to our index page, okay. So this is how you can use this anchor tag to link your different web pages to one another, okay. So that's it for links. Images are very unique way to interact with the web pages. So HTML provides you the image tag. So let's see how we can implement it. Give less than sign, then img. This is the image tag, and with image tag it also provides lot of properties with the image tag. So in order to link the particular image that you want to render, we have HTML provides one property, that is src. So in the src tag here, in the double quotes, you need to give the path of the images. So suppose if I have searched some dog into the Chrome, okay, and I have this link, right? So what I will do, I will copy this link. So we have copied this link, and into this src tag we will paste this link, okay. HTML also provides a tag that is alt tag. Okay, so what it does, it will give the description. If you see, if I hover over it, you can see this attribute defines an alternative text description of the image. So basically it will tell you what kind of image you are showing. So suppose if there is something in some issue with the link, okay, then you can see this message shows you like what image it is. Okay, so let's add, suppose, a cute dog. Okay, so I've added this, and then let's close it. Okay, now let's refresh the browser. Okay, now you can see, right, this, if there is some issue with the image, you can see this message is coming as a cute dog. Now let's remove this link. Okay, and let's try to add image that are there in our file directory. Okay, so if I go to my file directory, we have a dog image here. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to give the dogs uh, this file name, because these all files are index.html and this dog are in same directory. So let's give here dog.jpg. Okay, now if I refresh here, you can see this dog image is here, right? Now for the image you can also add some more properties, like if you want to, let's say, change the height and width of this image, you can control it by using, suppose, width, and let's give the value 100. So it's like 100 pixel. Okay, so 100 pixel is a way to measure the uh, image size. Okay, so give width to 100. Now let's refresh it. You can see, right, the image is shrunk. So now let's give it to, suppose, 500 and refresh it. Now you can see it has enlarged, right? And if I also want to provide some height, give height, and let's say it's 100. Okay, so now it will take height as 100, and if you refresh it, it will take this height. But if you don't provide any height, okay, it will automatically take the height according to the width. Okay, so if I remove this height and refresh it, you can see according to the width, the height is adjusted. Okay, now you can also make the image clickable. So let's say we add an anchor tag. Okay, and let's provide href, the same href as, let's give the href as https://www.google.com, and put this image inside this. Okay, and let's refresh this. Now you can see this image is clickable, and if you click on it, you will go to this google.com, right? So this is how you can add image to your web page. Okay, that's it for images. So let's see how we can insert a video into our HTML web page. So for video, HTML provides you a video tag. So let's open a video tag and then close it. And in order to insert the video, it provides one property to this video tag, which is src. So src, here inside this double quotes, we need to give the path of the video. Okay, so let's add that tutorial.mp4 to this source. So add tutorial.mp4. So now if you see, we have this video here, right? But if you see, if I click on it, nothing happens because we cannot play it, right? Because we don't have control to play it. So in order to provide control, this video tag has one more property, which is controls. So add this property, refresh your browser. Now you can see, you can play this video. Okay, you are able to play this video. Okay, and you can also control wherever you want to go in this video. Okay, so this is how you can control the video. Now you can also control the height and width of this video. So this video tag has one more property, that is width. So let's try width. Let's suppose give it 500. Okay, and refresh it. You can see here, right, the video has shrank, right? You can also provide some height to it, and let's say height is also 500. And if I refresh it, you can see the height of this video is also changed, right? You can also add thumbnail to this video. Okay, so thumbnail is basically the first page that you see on the video. Okay, so whatever the first look and feel of the video, that's called the thumbnail. So you can add thumbnail also. In order to add the thumbnail, this video tag comes with property, that is poster. Now in poster, you need to provide the path of the thumbnail. This thumbnail, I have already this thumbnail in the same directory in which this index.html is. I will provide this name of the thumbnail. So let's go to VS Code and add thumbnail dot png. Okay, and if you refresh it, you can see the thumbnail here, right? So this is how you can add the thumbnail, and you can also control the height and width of your video. You can also provide a property that is called loop. Okay, so if you add loop and refresh it, okay, and let's go to the end of the video. Okay, you will see that it will again start playing. So if you see, right, it is looping through the video. Once it finishes, then it will again start, right? So these are the basic properties that are related to this video tag. There are a lot of property to it. I'm not going deep into all the properties. Okay, now we can also add the YouTube video to our HTML web page. Okay, how we can do that? So in order to add your YouTube video to the HTML web page, you can come to any of the video. This is my own video. You can click on this share button. If you see here, click on share. Here on the share, you can see here we have this embed option, right? And in the previous versions of YouTube, this embed was used to be here, embed and copy, but Now it is a little bit different. So you can click on this embedded and you will get this link, right? So this is the iframe link. Don't bother about what is iframe and what are all these. I have made a separate video on the iframe that is coming next. So don't worry about, just copy it, go to your VS Code, remove this video, add this one here. Okay, and let's refresh it. So now you can see the YouTube video has been added here, right? The main thing about the YouTube video is whatever the facility that YouTube give on your video, it's all here, right? So if you click on it, okay, you have all the YouTube facilities here. You have info, share, watch later, this setting things, this subtitles. So everything that a YouTube player has, you have all here. So this is how you can embed the YouTube video. Okay. This is so first we saw how we can embed the video that is there in our system to the HTML page, and then we also saw how we can insert the YouTube videos, uh, into our web page. Okay, so this is quite helpful. A lot of people want to insert the videos into their HTML page, so this will be quite helpful for such user. So that's it from videos. Lists are used to show the group of items onto the web page. So if you want to show a group of items as a list, you can show it in web page. Okay, so HTML provides you a couple of types of list. Okay, we will see it one by one. So the first one which HTML provide is unordered list. So the syntax is UL. Okay, so you have an opening close, so you have an opening tag for UL and then this closing tag for UL. Okay, now inside this UL tag you can define the list. So for the list, HTML provides li tag. Okay, now inside this you can name the list of item that you want. So suppose I'm listing some fruits, so I will write apple. Okay, let's again add some more list. Okay, let's say mango. Another list, let's add bananas. Now if I refresh the browser, you can see here, right? You can see the list of items and you can also see this dot before this each item, right? So this is how you can show the list. Another list that HTML provides is ordered list. So the syntax for it is OL. Okay, ordered list. Inside it you can define the list of items that you want to show. So let's copy that only, paste it here. Now if I refresh it, you can see there is some numbering to it, right? So it says like it's in what order. Okay, now you can also add nested list. So if you have one list and inside that you have more list of items. Okay, so let's suppose if li is fruit. Okay, let's this li is country. Now in this li tag, animal. Okay, now we can add the nested lists here. So let's similarly add ol. Okay, ol tag here. Inside ol tag again put li tag for the list and add. So let's say fruit, we have apple. Let's copy this one only and add it here. Okay, similarly in the country you can add this same thing. Okay, ol tag, inside ol tag again li tag, and let's change the name to India, US, England. Okay, and into the animal also you can use same list. Let's change the name cat, dog, cow. Okay, let's refresh the page. So now if you see here, for this list we have this nested list of items. Okay, and for this list we have again this nested list of item, right? So similarly it goes on, and this ordered and unordered list is widely used to design the navigation bar. Okay, so suppose if you want, you can add in the li, you can add one anchor tag. Okay, and put this apple here. Inside this anchor tag let's put href. I'm not putting anything into this href right now, but you can add something like this. Okay, and let me refresh the browser. You can see now this is a link, right? And if we link this page to some another page, we can use it as a navigation, right? So in this way you can apply a lot of things inside this li tag. You can add buttons or any link. Okay, so this is all about the ordered and unordered list. Now for most of the development purpose, this li and ol tag is used. I mean this unordered and ordered list is only used, but at some of the places, so suppose 5 to 10%, you will also you should also know one of the list, that is description list. Okay, and it HTML provides syntax for it, that is DL. Okay, inside the DL we have something called DT. Okay, DT tag. Okay, and we have also one tag that is DD. Okay, now if you type here fruit, okay, and type the description as this is banana. Okay, now let's see. If I refresh the browser, you can see the fruit is written here and the description is written here. Okay, so this is how you can work with the description list also. Okay, so that's all about list. So basically table is used to show the relational data. What is relational data? Relational data means if two data has relation, so it is called a relational data. So suppose there is an organization and an employee is related to it, right? So there is a relation between employee and organization. So we can make a table between both two. Okay. So now let's see how we can implement the table into this HTML. So in order to implement the table, HTML provides you a tag, that is table tag. Okay. So write opening and closing table tag. Now table has rows. Okay. So if you see, like, this is how table looks like, right? And table has uh, rows. Okay. So this horizontal thing is called row and this is called columns. Okay. Now let's implement it. So this is table tag, and inside table tag we have number of rows, right? So for the rows, HTML provides tr tag. Okay. So tr means table row. Okay. Now in the tr tag we can have, in order to show the data into the row, we have something called td. Td means table data. So inside td we can write some data. Okay. So suppose apple. Okay. And if I refresh it here, you can see this apple comes here, right? But you cannot see the tabular form because I have only inserted one data. Now we can add multiple values to this row. Okay. So let's say I add this another td tag and let's name it as banana. Okay. And again, let's again paste it and name it as mango. Okay. And now if I refresh it, you can see there are three values, right? Apple, banana and mango, and now it is one row. So this is one row data. Okay. Now HTML also provides you the header for the table. Okay. And in order to insert the header, it provides a tag which is called th. Th means table header. So you can use one tr tag, okay, for the row, and inside it you can add th, table header tag, and you can write like fruit. Okay. Fruit. And you can also define one more header, let's say animal. Okay. And again you can define th, and inside it you can define birds. Okay. And if I refresh it, you can see the header is bold, and you can see this is the first row of this table. Okay. And the value is these things. So we can change the value, like for the fruits we have apple, and animal, let's add lion, bird, let's add sparrow. Now if I refresh it, you can see, right, we have apple, lion and sparrow. Similarly, we can add more columns to, similarly we can add more rows to it. Okay. So let me add it. Okay. And if I refresh it, Now you can see, right, we have more three rows here. Okay, so these are the basic table tags that you need to remember, okay, while implementing the tables. Now table has two sections. You see here, this one is called table header, and whatever the content in the table is called table body. Okay, so you can also segregate here contents as t head. Okay, it means, and you can put your header inside this th, and also for the body we have t body tag, and inside this t body tag you can put all the table rows which has some value. Okay, so let's put it also here. So it won't change anything. If you see here, right, nothing changed, but it will provide a good readability to the code. Okay, so this is how you can implement the basic table into the HTML. That's it for the tables. So before knowing divs and span, let's know about the inline and block elements. So HTML basically provides lot of display type. Okay, and the two of most common display type is inline and block. Okay, so an inline element is an HTML element which will take up as much width as it needs, and block elements will take the full width of the page. Okay, so it will always come, if you write the two block elements, it will always come into the new line. So let's add two anchor tags, and let's add the property href. Right now I'm not linking anything, I will just name it. Let's name it as link 1, and let's copy this and add link 2. Okay, and if I refresh the browser, you can see this link 1 is taking as much space as it needs. Okay, and beside this only this link 2 is also coming, right? This link 2 is also taking as much space as it needs. Okay, but if I type one paragraph tag, and let's write welcome. Okay, and let's also add one more paragraph tag, welcome to. Now if I refresh it, you can see this welcome will take the full line, right? And this welcome to will always come into the new line. Okay, so this welcome will take the full width, okay, of this page. So this is the basic difference between inline and block elements. Okay, so now we have understood about inline and block elements. Now let's go to divs and spans. So divs and spans are widely used tags. Okay, and div is a block element and span is a inline element. So if you try it, let's give one div, okay, and add some text to it, welcome, and let's also add one more div with welcome to. Okay, and if you add a span, okay, and add some title. Okay, and let's give it to title 2. Now if I refresh the page, you can see this welcome and welcome to are on the different line, right? Because this div is a block element, and block element will always start from a new line. But this span element is inline element. That's why if you see, this title is using as much space as it needs, and this title 2 is also on the same line, right? So these are the basic difference between divs and spans. Divs and spans are used a lot, but divs are more used tag than span. So that's it for divs and span. Input tag is used to take the user input, and HTML provides one tag called input tag in order to take the inputs, and this is single tag. So if you see, it has nothing like one closing and opening tag, and these input tags have few properties. Let's see it one by one. So the most used properties like type. So type is the type of input that you want to enter. So you have a lot of types like button, checkbox, color, date and time, file, hidden, email. So these are the bunch of types that are available. And most common use type is text. And if I put text and if I refresh the browser, you can see we have this input box and you can type anything into it. Okay. Now you can also add property called value equals to, let's say, Ravi. And if I refresh the browser, you can see the name here, right? Now if you only want to view this Ravi, if you see, if I want to remove it, I can remove it from here. But if you want to only see the value and if you don't want to remove it, you can add one more property that is called disabled. And if I refresh the browser, you can see now you cannot change the input, right? Now let's remove this. Suppose you want to give a user certain information, so you can also use one property is called placeholder. You can write something like enter user name. Okay, and if I refresh the browser, you can see now we have this suggestion, but as you click here, you can write anything into it. Okay, now let's first remove this placeholder. You can also use type equals to password. Okay, now if I refresh it and in the input, if I type something, you can see it is typed in encoded form. You cannot know what is being typed, right? So it's HTML way to hide the input. Okay, so this is one type. Another types are, you can give the type as date, and if I refresh the browser, you can see, right, you can select the date from here. Another type is range, and if I refresh the browser, you can see, right, we can slide this thing, right? Another input type are submit. So submit is used to submit the input, right? If you refresh it, you can see this submit button, right? Let me again go to the text type. Now you can enter the input here, but in order to make this input box functional, by functional I mean you want to take the input and then you need to apply some logic on it and then submit it. So in order to do that, you need to use the JavaScript. That is out of scope from this tutorial, but you can learn the JavaScript in order to make it functional. Now, in order to take input, we have one option also, that is text area. So text area is one tag. Text area is one tag, and it comes with opening and closing tag. Okay, and this text area, the difference with input and text area is the input will provide only the single line to take the input, right? But if I refresh the page, you can see here, right, it will provide more than one line. Okay, and you can also add property to this text area, that is width. Suppose I give width equals to 30. Okay, if I give columns equals to double quotes 100, if I refresh it, you can see, right, this takes a lot of space here, right? So you can configure it accordingly. So you can write a lot of things here. Okay, so this is the basic difference between the input and text area. So you can use both to take the inputs. But a text area is basically used to show the text. If you have a lot of text, form acts as a wrapper of this all input. So inside the form you will have all the inputs. So form is used to grouping the inputs. So you will use something like form tag here. Okay, and inside this form tag you will have these inputs. Okay, let me refresh it. So you see here, but in order to make this form functional, like if you want to take the input and then submit the data, you need to use the JavaScript for it. I'm just giving you information to uh, create a layout using HTML. Okay, so that's all about forms and input. iFrame are used to render any another website into your website. Okay, so you can use any another website view into your website using iFrame. For iFrame, HTML provides iFrame tag. You can use it. You can write the opening and closing tag for iFrame. Now iFrame has one property, that is src. In this src you need to give the address to the website that you want to put on your web page. So let's suppose I give http://www.javatpoint.com. Okay, and if I refresh the page, you can see, right, this Java point comes into my web page, right? So this view is coming. We can also, but if you see here, we cannot see everything, every content of this website, because we need to adjust the width and height of this website. So for that, iFrame comes with the property width. Let's give it 1000, and height, let's give it 800. And now if I refresh it, okay, you can see, right, this Java T point is here, right? You can scroll it down, right? So in this way you can use iframe to show another website into your web page. Now let me remove this. But some of the websites don't provide you the access to their iframe. So if you suppose like write www.amazon.com, okay, and if I refresh the browser, you can see, right, nothing comes here. It refuses to connect. So these are the like some of the website don't offer the iframes because someone can use another website and then take the user data and then perform the malicious activity. So in order to prevent those things, some websites don't uh, enable you to connect with their iframe. So that's all about iframe. If you have any question regarding this tutorial, please comment it below. I will definitely try to answer it. If you haven't subscribed my channel, please do subscribe my channel to get more updates. Thanks and have a nice day.